Welcome back. It may be midsummer, but the local theater scene is going strong. Here with a look at what's on stage is Post-Gazette senior theater critic Chris Rawson with his monthly reviews and previews.
Hey, Chris.
Hi, guys.
Good morning.
Yeah. So I've got 3 shows to talk about today and a couple of previews.
Great.
And 2 of them are closing this weekend. The 2 God plays, and they're closing this weekend. One's at, I don't know, which do we have first?
The Act of God, I think.
Act of God.
First.
Act of God at the CLO Cabaret. And
it's at the public. It's at the public.
Yes, thank you. Yes,
Okay.
I've got all 3 scrambled in my head.
I know the feeling.
Your job is to sort me out.
Unscramble your head.
Yeah, okay, here's the list. Act of God at the Public Theater. It's set up kind of as a game show or a talk show. God appears to us with a couple of sidemen, Gabriel and Michael, and here he is. God has chosen to appear in the guise of this young actor, comedian from Pittsburgh named Marcus Stevens, this charming guy with a gap tooth, as you can see he's telling us.
Now, is that painted on, or is that a real deal gap?
No, he has a real deal gap.
Okay.
Marcus is an actor and also a playwright. He lives in New York now, but he comes from, he went to Point Park, and he, it's not obviously a serious show when God appears in this particular way. He says, celebrities are my chosen people. Oh, well, actually Jews also. Oh, there's a lot of overlap. I mean, there's, he does a lot of jokes like that. But he has 3 serious subjects, really. He talks about good and evil, and he says, frankly, I don't understand it because you people have made such a mess of it, you people on earth. He talks about faith, and he says faith is, something like sausage. You better not watch how it's made. And then he talks about Jesus. This is the one that hit me the best. He said Jesus ultimately is really someone who came to redeem me, God, for all the mistakes I've made. So not to ruin the show for you, it runs only through this weekend. At the end of the show, God says, I've reconceived the universe. I'm going to go off and create universe 2.0. But you all are going to have to stay here because you've made a mess of this one.
Now fix it.
Yeah, well, fix it. I mean, you just have to sort of live with it.
Yeah.
All right, next up is The Christians. What's
The
your
Christians
review
is
of
a
that?
God show.
So The Christians is a serious God show. It starts with a charismatic preacher in a large, one of those mega churches that he's created. And he's giving a sermon about how wonderful it is they've created this big church. But he's been thinking, and he's decided that the doctrine, which says every people who don't agree with them, with their religion, sends them to hell, is wrong. And ultimately, he says there is no hell. And then all hell breaks loose in the church. And he has to face off then with the church elder, with a church choir, with a young parishioner, with his wife, and most important, with this associate pastor, a young black man who he'd nurtured in the church, and the church splits.
Wow.
And ultimately, it comes down to, I mean, there are all kinds of issues here. So
Yeah. Sounds like it keeps you entertained through the show, though.
It keeps you thinking. I mean, there are a lot of things he could have said. I wanted to get up there and argue with him myself, which is sort of the point, I guess.
Sure.
Ultimately, at the end, he says to his wife, we just don't know the answers now. Let's assume we're going to learn them later.
Hopefully, someday.
Hopefully. So those are the 2
and what about Miss Abigail?
Miss Abigail's, you see, this is not about religion. Miss Abigail's Guide to
Dating, mating, and marriage.
That's right. Now, I figured I knew, plenty about all these things at my age, and I think that's why my wife didn't come with me. She figures if we haven't figured it out by now, what's the hope? But there were a lot of people there having a good time, and Miss Abigail is this sort of, advice columnist. And she's
Dear
got
Abby?
this, roughly, although a down-market Miss Abby with a thick Southern accent.
Okay.
She's got this assistant Paco with a thick Mexican accent, and it's very cornball and very silly. It took me a while to warm up to it. But then I began to like the improv because they're doing a lot of interaction with the audience. I liked the the extent to which she used a bunch of books around the set. She has books that are, you know, behavior guides from the 20s, the 30s, the 40s, the 50s. So the things she read were really silly.
Yeah.
She teaches you a couple of useful things. You know how to prepare for your first kiss?
No.
No.
You'll need to know this, John. The word is true. You say true.
True.
Oh, and then your lips pucker up.
True. And you do it with like a hand mirror. True. Or the back of your hand.
Practice.
True.
Okay.
All right,
okay.
before we start
I love it.
practicing, let's get into the previews. You have In the Heights at CLO?
The next two CLO shows are In the Heights, which was Lin-Manuel Miranda's show before Hamilton. And it's a wonderful show about mixed, diverse peoples in New York under the George Washington Bridge. And it's got a lovely mix of different kinds of music. Certainly a show to see.
Wow.
And then the show on the other side of that is, the next one is called, because they come one every week.
Yeah.
The next one is called Newsies.
Newsies.
And it's set back in the early 20th century when newspapers were important and the newsboys who sold them were important. And it's a show really all about dancing. Fabulous. Now, I've just seen both of these shows in New York. I haven't seen the CLO productions, of course, but they, as you know, do a really almost Broadway caliber version.
Absolutely.
But
Next up,
the
we've got
last
The Liar.
thing I wanted. Oh, The Liar, right. That's at Kinetic Theater, and I'm sorry, I didn't say that a little while ago. The Christians is at Kinetic Theater, which performs at different theaters in town, and The Liar is a modern adaptation of a French classic, and I'm sure will be very contemporary.
And it opens at the Kinetic after Christians closes.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's
And this
right.
one that you wanted to talk about as well.
Yes,
The-
Mark Rylance,
Okay.
the great actor who's been here a couple of times in the past, has won 3 Tony Awards, English actor. He also won an Oscar. And he's writing a play about Carnegie and Frick and the Battle of Homestead.
Yep.
And he's coming to do a program called Shakespeare and the Battle of Homestead, because that's what Mark is most famous for doing. He ran the Globe Theatre in London. He did a lot of Shakespeare.
Sure. But what's Shakespeare got to do with the 1892 Battle of Homestead?
I guess he's
It's
going to
a
figure that out.
big subject. It's a great big historical subject with good guys and bad guys and all kinds of stuff going on. It is Shakespearean.
Okay, okay.
So next Thursday night at the Carnegie Music Hall in Homestead Munn Hall, Mark and some local actors are going to do Shakespeare, they're going to do Carnegie, they're going to do Frick. It's all to raise money for the Battle of Homestead Foundation. And the Battle of Homestead is celebrating its, if celebrating is the word, its 125th anniversary.
That's
We
right.
just
this year.
spoke with Andy about that.
1892.
Right.
Yeah. So that's something to look forward to. That's one night only.
Okay.
Yep, and
well-
your appearance on this show is another thing that we always look forward to.
Oh,
Thank
yes.
you, Chris Rawson, senior theater critic for the Post-Gazette, right here on KDKA TV with his monthly reviews and previews of what's on stage and our regular PTL contributor.
He's a
Thank you. It's catching.
He's a
Yeah.
theater computer, that's for sure.